the pros of FDI is that they help investors to diversify their portfolios. They promote stable and long-term lending. They provide financing to developing countries, and they provide technology to developing countries. So this transfer of technology is absolutely critical. And what do I mean by it? In terms of facilities, well, access to roads, rail, and ports, and airports, and broadband increasingly, and energy and water. And increasingly also countries that pay attention to climate change or have a competitive advantage because FDI have a reputational risk that they take very seriously, and so they have to be taking action to actually reduce their carbon footprint. And economic zones, economic zones which you all are connected in one way or another, has been the idea that if you regroup investment in a location where you're going to provide all the infrastructure, but also the institutional framework, the legal and regulatory framework, would say that the legal and regulatory framework, and more generally the governance framework to attract FDI, and particularly the governance framework of economic zones, is what is making difference between success and failure. In terms of infrastructure, the big issue for governments has been whether they wanted to commit to developing this infrastructure before the FDI investors come in. Which is a little bit what the FDIs are expecting. They want to see proof of the commitment of governments to deliver the infrastructure. The government would rather see FDI commitments before they commit to delivering the infrastructure. So it's a little bit of a catch-22 situation. One of the fundamental mechanisms that you can actually promote with the quite confidence that this is going to help is promoting transparency. The more transparency you promote, and the more consultation with stakeholders, the more you give them voice, and the more transparent you are, the more likely you're going to be able to resolve the issues as they come through. Now, one big issue is the fiscal proceeds sharing arrangement. Now, in terms of procurement alternatives for infrastructure, it's actually quite standard. You can actually decide you're going to do it through traditional procurement, public investment management. In some cases, for water, for example, you can bring in private sector expertise and through an affirmage or a lease. Increasingly, the JV, the joint venture model, is coming back. It was very much in fashion, and in the PPP world, which is my specialty, we are talking now today about new PPP mechanism, which we call institutional PPPs, which are basically JVs. And then the PPP mechanism, you can have a user payer mechanism to actually fund the financing of the infrastructure facilities